Well, folks, what I'm going to do is I want to open up with the Insomniac tweet because I want to bring that up on the screen for everybody because it is, folks. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I sent it to Hargeet, and I'm like, Hargeet, you got to take a look at this, brother. So let me remove this. Let me add this to the screen. Let me hide us here, and let me just blow this up on my end so you fine folks can see exactly what they tweeted. So look, again, folks, this isn't port begging. This is me chasing the carrots that's in front of me thanks to Insomniac Games. Now look, folks, again, I talked about this. I actually been talking about Spider-Man 2018 coming to Xbox since last year. And when I first started talking about it, I said it would be a great idea because, quite frankly, there are a lot of people on Xbox who don't have PlayStation and don't have a PC, and I think it'd be record number sales. And I want to give credit where credit is due to Sony. Whether you like their single player games or you don't, I love them. I really do. And Spider-Man by Insomniac, they're one of my favorite devs that they own. I think that the same way Xbox games are charting on a regular basis in the top, 10, 5 out of the top 10 on PlayStation. And I think Gears is going to be there as well. Gears of War Reloaded is going to be there at some point. I really think that PlayStation could see the same success. I think if you were to put out a Spider-Man 2018, Helldivers is tracking, folks. It's going to be it may be number one, right? It's a freaking amazing game. If you didn't already pick it up, tell Sony you want more games by buying the game. It's really, really good. And when you play with your friends, even better. But if they were to release a Spider-Man 2018, a Days Gone, and something else, I think that they would be in the top 10 most selling games on Xbox the same way. So let's folks, again, this is not the biggest topic of the show, but it is a fun one to get into. And Hargeet, I'm going to write to you because what it says, and this is the official Insomniac Games Twitter account. It says sometimes you just got to kick down the doors of opportunity. What you find may shock you. And of course, that is the shocker from Spider-Man 2018. Look, what else could you say other than I think look, I've said this before, either this is the biggest troll in internet history, or they're trying to say something, and that announcement could be happening soon. Now, granted, Spider-Man 2018's 7th anniversary is coming up on the is it the 7th? Yeah, it might be the 7th anniversary of the game. It launched in 2018 on September 7th. September 7th is around the corner. It's a week away. This tweet a couple of days ago, a week before that, it had another tweet that we talked about. It's the breadcrumbs, folks. And again, I know there's probably people in the chat that are laughing at me for talking about it. Listen, folks, I'm a hopeful nerd. What can I say? I already beat it. I platinumed it. I will play Spider-Man and get 1,000 out of 1,000 achievements on Xbox the same way I platinumed it on the PlayStation 4 and played again through it again on the PlayStation 5. Let's get your thoughts, Hargeet, on this. Again, you saw it for yourself. Either it's the biggest troll in history, or they're actually saying something.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a shock, red door, and shock. It could just mean it's also coming to Nintendo, which is the red platform, right?
Right.
But that's also a good thing. Why not, right? If it's coming to Switch 2, that's great. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like that. But look, it could have nothing to do with that. Maybe there is something else going on. But it does seem kind of in that vein, doesn't it? Opportunity. What? Very interesting, wording.
Yes.
It seems like it's in that vein that it's that they're gonna put this on some other platform. Now, would it shock me if it's Switch 2? No, I think that fits, right? Spider-Man on that platform should do well. Would they put it on Xbox? Well, they just did with Helldivers, and it's apparently doing well. So would that be a good indication to start doing other ones? Absolutely. What will they do next? I mean, we've all been hearing that Returnal thing. Okay, yeah. That's possible. You know, I don't know if that's something that's in like the negotiation phase, and there were a whole bunch of other stipulations of like how it's going to be marketed and paid for and all that stuff, whatever, right? But so maybe that's happening, maybe not, whatever. But I think Spider-Man is just one of those. It's a very large IP. It's not theirs, granted, but it's their game. It's a very large IP that does not need to be marketed. It's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You just put it there and it's going to sell copies. So it just seems like an obvious win if you just want to gain more revenue for that game, which is now kind of at its, its apex as far as how much it's going to sell on PlayStation and PC. So what more do you want? You want other platforms. And if you can sell anything on there, 500,000, 1 million, 2 million copies, it's just gravy at this point. Like, why not take the money? So I could see it. I could see it happening. It's the obvious one to do just because, again, it's Marvel, it's Spider-Man. It sells itself. You don't really have to do much. And then they'll still market it anyway, right? But it's like it will sell itself just on the fact that it's Spider-Man. So is there enough of a market of people who have not played it on a PC or PlayStation that own only an Xbox or something like that? Sure, I'm sure there are. And then there's going to be double dippers that will exist too.
I'm one of them.
There'll be people who will just buy it again anyway. Right. And maybe they add some, cool content. Like, who thought Helldivers was going to add Halo?
Yeah.
That was a hell of a freaking thing to do that created so much enthusiasm as the game's coming out. Right. So, for those who are like, well, I'm not going to buy it, whatever. Wait, you have Halo in there? Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Right. So concurrent players has gone up. It's I think it's like the number one seller on Steam right now for Helldivers. And this is the effect, right? You put in a new platform, other platforms start to get sales. This is a fantastic idea. So why not do this? See what you get out of it. But look, Sony's kind of in this mode of trying to figure this out, right?
Yeah.
They've been telling us they're gonna go multi-plat. It's gonna go there anyways when the Steam store shows up, right? So why not make deals and why not make money? Why not do like content associations and what the heck, right? Why not? So this is kind of their opportunity to actually partner and make more revenue, whether it's on PlayStation or Xbox or Switch or PC, right? So they're just looking at it. How are we going to leverage our IP to make money now, right? Yes, the platform's there. It's in decline, right? That's normal at this point, right? It's on the it's still selling very, very well, but it's not selling as much as it did in the beginning. Obviously, that happens as you get closer to the end of the generation, right? We're now 5 years in. So fair enough. They're looking for ways to leverage their IP in any way possible, and that includes movies, manga, anime, TV shows, whatever they can do. But also, why not take advantage of putting it on the platforms? They've been saying it. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's the one that makes sense to me. It's going to sell anyway. It's just obvious. It's Spider-Man. Why the heck not? Other games, I'm not sure. Like a Returnal, I don't know. That didn't do well on PlayStation.
It didn't do well on PlayStation or PC for that matter. So yeah.
So I don't know that's got a huge market on Xbox. But what the hell, right? You can throw it on Switch and Xbox and see what you get for it. I think Game Pass deal right there is a fantastic idea. That seems to meet their criteria that we were seeing in the rumors, right? That or requirements from Sony. If they put it in Game Pass, it'll kind of fit. But other games they have, like if they want to go further, there's plenty of other games that they could bring over as well. But yeah, I like Helldivers is working, right? It's working, right? Even if they sold 500,000 copies, that's just money. It's just money that they're now going to get. And I bet you a lot of players on Xbox are going to get that Halo skin, right? And there's money to be made in that. So some people will just buy it. Yes, you can get it by just earning it, but I think a lot of people will just buy it. So because they're used to it, they'll pay whatever it is to get that. I don't know how much it is, $10-$20, whatever it is. So
it's $15
whatever
by the credits. So
yeah. So it's like, okay, I think there'll be a lot of people who just pay it. Whatever.
I bought it.
So see, that's exactly it.
Didn't
right?
even think twice.
Yep. And so what the heck? That's just extra cash coming in. It's a good place to be, to have all the platforms get this stuff. So look, I just think Spider-Man's a great one to go. It's an obvious one that's going to just sell. It's Spider-Man. It's going to sell. Yeah. So why not?
again, you heard, that they look how quickly they get to a single player game, because there's all these goalpost moving analysts that are part of the PlayStation Earth Defense Force, right? Like, Death Stranding doesn't count because it was published by 505 Games. Okay, I'll give you that one. This didn't count because it was done by this. When Lego comes over, it's going to be Lego forced PlayStation. Helldivers, when Helldivers was announced, it wasn't like, oh, look, we won, right? No, they jumped out in front of it and, tried to hold back this behemoth of an announcement by saying that, oh no, it's just a Gets game situation because they want to make money. Okay, Asante, let's try and make sense of this tweet. This over here, and again, it's just a tweet, right? It's not a confirmation that Spider-Man 2018 is around the corner, but the timing. I'm all about timing is everything. I know people have heard that that saying before.
Mm-hmm.
September 7th is around the corner. This is now the second big. First of all, if you didn't know, this was viewed by 150,000 people. Like when they tweet, everyone pretty much listens. And I think a lot of people want this game to come to Xbox. Is it? I don't know, to be honest with you. But man, this sure does give people hope. Well, what are your thoughts on this latest internet trolling by Insomniac Games?
So I won't belabor the point because I feel like I need to plead the fifth. I'm not saying that I know anything about Insomniac coming, their game coming. Based on what you're showing, the evidence is quite damning. I wouldn't say
quite damning.
damning,
There
but,
you go. Yes,
but it's eyebrow raising. But I'll just say, Insomniac, no Insomniac. Them floodgates is open, son. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Okay,
Let's move on.
I like what you're putting down there, and of course, that gives even more credence to what we're saying because you're mysterious, and you're not saying anything. You're saying a shit ton. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just saying, like it is what it is. I'm not one to say, well, this, that, the third, and then it becomes nope. I'm just saying, as I know it, them floodgates, son. They were gates. Now they're just like little, wafty things that are just, we shall see. We shall see.
Well, look, listen, again, folks, not the biggest topic of the show, but a fun one to open up. Again, it is a tweet. It wasn't a rumor from an insider that heard something. This is literally, and what's interesting, again, it's Insomniac. It's their official Twitter account. This is now the third time that they've talked about a game.
If you want that Xbox thing, if you do want some credence to a little bit of the Xbox thing, it's a little bit Ouroboros if you think about it, because the engine that this originally is built off of is the Sunset Overdrive engine that's been matured over a long time. That engine was built where? On the Xbox.
Yep.
So the idea of porting the game to Xbox, this, that, and the third, it's not so alien or foreign, right? The developer itself is quite well versed on Xbox's systems. The engine as we know it today was refined. It's a refined version, obviously. They've been working on it for years at this point. But we know definitively it started with Sunset Overdrive, right? And that's where they got the locomotion. We all saw that. The locomotion was even kind of like a resume building exercise to potentially get something like Spider-Man, right? So we were all like, yeah, absolutely, right? So I'm not saying I know anything on the Insomniac's front, definitely not. So please don't clip me on that. But I'm just saying I would not be surprised one bit. And there's a lot of rumor and speculation. And obviously we know in the world we live today, rumor and speculation isn't fact until it's fact. So that's why I'm not putting it out there. But as I understand it, them floodgates is really, really well and truly open. So on this specific Insomniac point, I wouldn't be surprised either. Just like for those who are avid viewers of this show, y'all know before any of this stuff hit Front Street, what did I say? I said just the very idea that Helldivers 2 is built off of PlayFab, it is an Xbox game in PlayStation close. Right? It is by default able to get achievements before it's able to get trophies because it's built into the engine subsystems that are used to create the game. PlayFab is an Xbox tool.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Just like day one, Forspoken had Xbox achievements, even though it didn't come to the console many years later. If you build it on Xbox tools, it is very much easy to make an Xbox game. And Helldivers 2 was built on Xbox tools, right? Not as similar, but Insomniac's engine was originally drafted and used for Xbox games in the form of the Sunset Overdrive. So if and when this materializes or matures, I would not be surprised. And for me, I think that's a great thing, right? For both Xbox gamers and for PlayStation gamers. Let me be clear why that's so great. Because right now, the great Insomniac is kind of in the salt mines.
Yeah.
They are, right? And I love them and I want them to do so much more. I have a lot of smoke, believe it or not, for Sony about that, because Insomniac is prolific. They do so much. They were releasing VR games and this game and that all at the same time, and they're always really quality, right? And now they are within the PlayStation ranks, and all they release are more Marvel-esque type of games, right? And unfortunately, as with the MCU, the more you release, the more people just kind of start rolling their eyes and getting bored. You got to keep people interested, right? So if like moving these games to other platforms gives people life, I think that's excellent. Hopefully that'll give Insomniac a reprieve to possibly go do something else, or maybe do something new with that franchise, right? So for me, it is all good all around. So, again, not saying I know what's happening, but yeah, them floodgates aren't really gates no more. So there it is.
All right. Well, listen, well, you heard it first here, folks. We'll see what happens. September 7th is about a week and some change away. Today is the 27th, so it's a little under 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. You never know. I mean, stranger things have happened. Yeah. Would it be a shadow drop on the 7th to celebrate the 7th anniversary of the game? Maybe, but we know that it was already ported by Nixxes to PC. It was the Spider-Man 2018, the Game of the Year edition with all the DLC. Who knows, right? Stranger things have happened.